Well, I think I finally figured out the sound. Doesn't make any sense, but if I mute my mic, it kills the sound on my soundboard. How does that work? I have no idea. Maybe Jason would know.
Well, that's no good.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
I just realized I need to turn a light off behind me.
Cool. Yeah, for some reason, when I mute myself, I'm hearing echo now. There we go. Yeah, if I mute myself, it kills the sound to everything. Weird. Yeah, the sound should have came on there halfway through. Yeah, technical difficulties. Never can escape them. So how's everybody doing? Anybody got any weird stories that happened to them this week?
Is there still an echo, Jason? I unplugged my headphone for a second when I got up.
Yeah, I think it's all gone now.
Well, I got lots of weird stories, but...
Oh, yeah.
I already told you all those.
Yeah, I did a couple of tours through the graveyard this morning. Took some pictures and hung out, cleaned up some stuff. And nothing really too strange going on there, but my mom is seeing all kinds of weird things tonight. So don't know if that's paranormal or not.
You took people on tours through the cemeteries, or you just went through?
Yeah, just Sam and me rode through today. My aunt got a new, not a new, she finally got a headstone since she didn't have one since 2006. So I went out there to check that out. And then we went to the old graveyard, which is right next to the new graveyard, and cleaned up some stuff. Sam had gone out there on Halloween and did like this salmon ritual type thing out there and brought fruit and rice and some tobacco and some other stuff.
She left some offerings.
Yeah. We went out there and took care of all that stuff.
Right on. She brought that to your aunt?
Nah, this was in the old cemetery.
Oh.
You hear the ghost box?
Yeah, at first I heard the whisper. I was going to say, I think I just heard some.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's working. That's one thing that's working.
And
so it sounds good now. Cool.
App is this?
Spiritus. My little go-to app. Yeah, we should be live on Facebook and YouTube. And starting next week, we're going to be doing the live show on the Weird Wednesday Facebook page. Keep forgetting to say that, but yeah, we got a Weird Wednesday show page. So if you haven't liked it or checked it out, go over there. And that's where the shows are going to be live streamed from now on. There and still on my YouTube channel as well. But that's where they're moving to. How's it going, John, Jed, Laura, Jason? What's up? Hey, you're always welcome to come on, man. If you're hanging out. Has work slowed down any for you at all?
Probably not.
have a pile of millennials to weed through. Yeah, when we were on Jason's show the other night, we had the guy on there talking about the pyramids, which was a pretty cool show. There's so many rabbit holes that I want to go down with pyramid talk, though. You're gonna have
That was a really interesting show.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed late and get up early. Yeah. Although last night I was so tired. I was talking to Jamie, and I think I almost fell off my chair right here. Almost just fell right off the chair. It was one of those things like the little kid at school falling asleep. You wake up and throw the pen. No, last night, except it was my mouse.
Oh, Jed said he had something happen on his security camera.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Meg? How's it going, Chandra? Yeah, we want to hear what you have on the security cam, Jed.
So he's got a security camera watching his front door.
Yeah, I know the feeling, Chandra. I think I got to the point last night where my body was just like, nope, you're going to sleep right now. Your eyes are shutting, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It takes a lot to get to that point where your body finally shuts down.
Yeah, I was like,
So
nope,
you
we're
keep
done.
going and going. It's like, when does your body just finally say,
Yeah, cool.
So Jed says he figured out if he talks into it, Spirit will immediately use his voice and manipulate it to talk. He answers every single time. So you're talking to the spirits through your security camera. It's got the mic and the speaker on it, so you can communicate through it. And they're manipulating that.
Yeah, that's always trippy because you can always catch all kinds of weird things. Yeah, Mag, I remember you watching from years ago, back when I used to do Weird Wednesday and just tell like weird stories and stuff. Those are fun. I've been wanting to do those again. I kind of ran out of stories there for a while, but then I haven't done them for a while now, so I got new weird stories. Talk about some really good ones, some not so good ones, but yeah, when I started out my channel, it was basically just all vaping reviews and stuff like that. And then one day I was having weird stuff thrown across my living room, and I was kind of freaked out. Had to talk about it. Yeah, I think the very first Weird Wednesday story I told was I still have a piece of this stuff out here. Have you ever seen those little fence pieces for like puppies and stuff or little dogs? They're like a wire fence type of thing, and you put the sections together and make a little playpen. Or
yeah, that's what we had. Perfect fence.
Yeah, I had those in my living room sitting behind a 55-gallon aquarium. We weren't using them. They were just stacked up behind the aquarium. And I was in my bedroom doing something on the computer. And Darcy was in the kitchen. We heard this like banging noise. And she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, sitting here on the computer. I'm thinking, and I go in, walk in the living room. And here's a piece of this fence that's like, 2x2, weighs like a couple of pounds or whatever, in the middle of the living room floor. It had got flung like 20 feet across the room, and that was the clattery bang we heard. And no dogs did it or anything. I have no idea how it got from where it was to where it ended up. But yeah, that was the old house that we lived in, where the cabinets would open and close and all kinds of weird stuff would happen. So, Jed, your spirit guy is kind of a jerk, though.
Yeah. How far is that house from the house you're in now?
It's probably about, I don't know, 10 or 12 miles, maybe 15. I don't know. It's like a 15-minute drive from here. It's not too far. It's out in the country. Well, used to be the country. Now it's all kind of built up.
Oh, that was that weird house that you used to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, it was used to be just like full-on country living out there, like nothing around, and you could pretty much do whatever you want. But now it's all built up, $1 million houses all around. Futsy to do neighbors.
What's the house like now? Is it still the way it was?
Yeah,
or did they
Darcy's brother lives in it now, and his family. Yeah, if you could email that to me or something like that, Judd, we could show it or whatever. What's up, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing that. I've just been drained for weeks.
Yeah.
Sleeping, but can't get enough sleep. Go in Friday. Get my blood drawn.
Oh, fun. Here's my email address. Yeah, I had to go get the old blood draw from the clinic a while back. They took 6 vials of blood. It usually doesn't bother me, but they got like on like number 5, and I was like, I'm feeling a little starry-eyed.
Like I'm feeling sick just from thinking about it. The smell of the room. Oh God.
Yeah, usually when I go, that they always want to do it in my arm, and I'm like, I'll just do it in my hand. There's big veins popping in my hand, and they're like, oh no, we want to do it in your arm. It'll hurt in your hand. I'm like, no, trust me, it'll be. No, they don't want to do it. The last nurse or whatever it is, phlebotomist or whatever they're called, she stuck me in the arm like, I don't know, 6 times, and I was like, all right, you're getting one more shot at this. And she got it that time. But yeah, the last time that I just went, she looked at my arm and I told her to do it in my hand, and then she looked at my hand and she was like, "Yeah, we'll do it in your hand." Boop, one time, didn't even feel it. She was really good. I don't like when I get the poke and dig and hunters though.
Oh, God. Or they're like stirring around, and you're like, "What
Yeah.
are you?"
Exactly. They're like swishing the needle around looking for a vein. I'm like,
I
seriously,
had
right now.
the reason I hate it so much is because they had, the doctor was there, like, okay, we're gonna have this person practice. I'm the doctor, but they know what they're doing. They're just gonna practice on you. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So they don't do it. Sticks it in instead of pulling it right back up. Does it like goes fling, like rips, and it's like spurt, like sucking through the hose. I was like freaking out.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. It ruined it for me. Sam, I have no problem with piercings, tattoo needles. I can get shots. But it's like I don't know, the whole like sucking of the vein and just that experience. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's not my space. Usually, tattoos, whatever, needles, they don't bug me, but after I'm sitting there for 10 minutes and somebody's like fishing around inside my arm with a needle, I'm like, okay, I'm over this. Told her it's like one more stab at it, and then it's my turn.
More stab at it.
Yeah. Then it's my turn to play with the needle.
Oh gosh. You couldn't do it to yourself, could you?
The hell, at that point, I could have probably done it better than she was doing it. No, I was talking about stabbing her with the needle.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought you just said wussy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I pretty strong person, I'd say, but I do have to get walked and escorted to the lab.
Yeah.
Because I don't do it. Sometimes two. Sometimes it takes two.
Okay, cool.
So I'll just walk right past. Oh, he sent it? Right on. Oh, Laura. Yeah, no, not supposed to happen.
Did you send it through Facebook Messenger or regular Messenger?
She's like, yours.
I thought it said Bueller. Bueller?
Where? Where has
Almost sounded like it said Laura.
was
I'm looking for it, but I don't see it yet. Is that my name? Who's here
Bob.
this evening?
Hi.
Ooh,
Hi.
hi. The little kid.
Who's talking to us?
8.
Is that like 8 of you, or
And it say, do you feel me?
Yes.
in the moon?
In the moon?
That Earth.
Earth? That was a good high.
And
I have my moon. Do you have your moon, Rob?
Yeah, it's up here, and I forgot to charge it.
I charge mine every morning when I get up.
Yeah, I didn't. I set it up here and didn't charge it.
See, yours is smaller. My mom says because your hands looked bigger. I said, no, his is smaller.
Oh, yeah, it is smaller than yours. My balls are smaller than yours.
She goes, no, it just looks smaller in his hand.
Yeah, this one's, I don't know, 3 inches or so, I guess. Something like that. So who's here talking with us right now?
Just
For the motivation. They
Meg wants to know where you got your moon at.
my mom ordered that for me, but if you look up 3D printed moon lamps on Google, you'll see all sorts of them.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They have some that'll actually change for the phases. You can they'll shadow like for the phases. Some of them are like half domes, and you just like stick it up on your wall so it looks like, you know, you're looking at the moon, but it's always like the same thing you're looking at. And then some change color like green, blue, and all that.
Yeah, this one goes from like a brighter white to like a dimmer white, and then you can also change it to like a yellowish orange color.
Oh, that's cool. Mine just dims. If I keep it on dim, it'll stay lit like my whole night sleeping. It'll still be on when I wake up in the morning.
Oh, cool.
But if I have it on the highest, it'll be off by the time I wake up.
Yeah, they're definitely cool, Meg. Definitely worth checking out.
You can change it to have the face, you know, be like, you know, whatever the direction and angle is.
Yeah.
So it's like what you're looking at outside. It's completely 3D all the way around.
Yeah, I don't know if you can really tell, but with the camera, but yeah, it's like it has like bumps and craters and
You go.
the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, and then it has the looks like the shadows when it's lit up.
Yeah. What's up, Rose? How's it going?
Hi, Rose.
Welcome aboard the crazy train. All aboard. So, how many spirits are here talking to us tonight?
13,
Well,
6, 12.
a lot. Then.
Eat again.
Constantly.
My nose is stuffed, so I'm so trying not to be a mouth breather right now.
Yeah, I have that going too.
I like hold my breath for a second. Oh, awesome, Laura.
Yeah, when I start getting the stuffy nose, I usually mix up some vape liquid and put some menthol in it or something.
I heard Bueller again.
Is Bueller here?
You know, Laura, I thought I might have heard that too, but I thought it was my imagination.
Way.
Or maybe,
Love.
if it wasn't Bueller, maybe it was just Buell. So that was my my stepdad's last name.
Really?
B-U-E.
It could have
Buell.
been Buell.
Is my stepdad here wanting to talk?
Support and help.
Your mirror.
Hey.
You want to see?
Way. Peers. Nice. Barely.
Here.
Somebody say hi to Rose.
And when I tap hers.
Sort of yes.
Hey.
All right, man. See you Sunday, Jason.
Good night, Jason. And the moon.
Yeah.
I have a little bit.
Till it. Feeling ready.
Moon.
So,
We talk about the mirrors a lot.
Yeah.
Choose.
That whole wall is like mirrors pretty much over there. Closet doors.
so I'm just hold.
What are you telling us about the mirror?
Love.
Yeah, she knows.
Heroism. To the man. Promise. No.
Heroism to the man. Promise.
And as it
What you want to do in life? Yes.
Sound like he was gonna say the man again. I wonder what man.
It's the man.
I heard that.
moment. Tap on the unforgettable.
Is the man coming down on us? Watch.
So I'm just
Watching.
And went.
The man's watching us.
Beautiful.
Always.
My son.
Hey, Alexa, are you
Oh.
listening to us?
Still talking?
I only listen when you say the awake word. Sure you do.
It's a lot of talk for either a yes or no answer.
Exactly.
Are you listening? No.
Alexa, are ghosts real?
close.
What?
I don't know if y'all could hear that.
Came out just
It said scientists say that ghosts are not real.
This
That's something that people like to decide for
Gust of
themselves.
wind. Like a
Son.
Robert Ellis, what's up, man? Using the spiritus.
side.
Does anybody have one of those new little ghost boxes out? What the hell's it called?
anything like
The Pico. You know which one I'm talking about?
The little mini one.
Yeah.
You know,
Polter-
there's an app too.
Is there?
Yeah, I took a screenshot of it. There's like the Poltercon app where it has like the little, you know, makes it look like the original.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about checking it out. I don't know if it costs money or not.
How's it been going, Robert? Long time no talk, man. Me and Robert used to do a vape show together.
Oh yeah?
It was like a vape show and kind of a weird show. We talk about weird stuff,
Right.
conspiracies and UFOs.
Good time.
Yeah, Huff was using one of them.
Chat.
The video where he turned it on like for the first time and asked who it was, and it said, Jesus Christ.
That was a trip.
not completely.
Yep, beyond the fringe.
Like a gust of wind with ferocity.
The kid sounded like he said the same thing twice.
Doing really well.
Yeah, it's the little kid that's always seems to be attached to me. Is he around this evening? He or she, I should say.
Here.
Here, in a voice that didn't sound like a little kid.
That had some like bass to it, didn't it?
Well, big ass little kid.
I get that sound once in a while, like that
Yeah.
on there, but not quite like that. Just that had like some. So is that a yeah or a nay?
Yeah, was that a yes or what was that?
Yourself. You awaken.
I thought I heard here after the grunt.
As
The flickering. Did you say Buell again?
Yeah.
My mom's been talking to my stepdad here, and that is his last name.
That's right. Because that's the way I heard it earlier, but because I heard that, I thought Bueller.
Yeah.
Because you said Bueller earlier. Wow.
My stepdad's around. What was your name? What did everybody call you?
I didn't. They will. Usual. Hey.
See beyond.
Somebody just pretending?
I heard chat.
I'm trying to do some trickery.
I forgot his name.
I'm just taking. Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, what was my stepdad's name? Yep. If you're really him, you should know that answer.
Or is there somebody trying to deliver a message for him? Yeah, like if his energy's not enough, maybe I think sometimes other ones like help them talk. So it sounds like that's who we're talking to. They might.
He was cantankerous enough, and I think if anybody would have an energy to come through, he could muster it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a handful.
Well,
I heard nurse.
Your hair really quick.
heroism. Fence.
Exactly.
What's about the heroism?
Just Muni. Right? It's just
Check it out, Robert. I'm vaping on an old IPV like 2. I've got all these new devices, and they've all like broken down, and I keep going back to this thing. It's been like dropped and kicked and beat up and everything, and it still works.
Which one is that?
It's an IPV2 with a little super mini tank on it.
I just had to go buy another little battery. It was like $23.
special.
Is it wind? There are layers now. No, just
Yeah, man, the old school stuff still works though.
even. I'm just gonna.
I do like this one though. This is my newest one,
Up to.
which is the Drag 2.
There's
I'd like.
Did it come with that tank or did you get that separate?
No, I got the whole thing. It came with the tank.
in there.
Yeah, it's funny, Robert. I go in the vape shop and I'm like still vaping on this thing from like what 6 years ago, and I bought it. The funny thing too, I bought it at Fusion Vapor. I bought it from Shane's daughter, so I bought it used. It was already beat up when I bought it. It still works. But yeah, I go in there and they're just like, oh, "Jeez, really?" I'm like, "Yep, really."
That's crazy. I'll get some stuff and it'll like only last 3 months and it starts to go out. Some of the things like burn out after just like a little bit. More money doesn't mean better quality.
Nowadays it doesn't. Used to. I'll make shit to last for nothing.
Like, oh, this is right now the best, yada, yada, yada. No, it leaks and breaks like all the rest.
No.
Oh, there's Lori.
What's up, Lori? How's it going?
It's just.
Lori got some new cards.
Yeah, she did. Was that you?
That wasn't me.
So. As you accept.
Lori got a good little set there.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna order a couple of decks of cards when Hay House was having that Black Friday sale. Like,
That's what she got it from, I think.
yeah. But I didn't do it. I'm sitting here looking at a shelf that has
Guide me.
Hurry.
That tra-
23 different decks right here. So speaking of cards, are you going to use those Moonology cards?
When you're
Yep.
Really hard.
I haven't done a reading with them yet. But I've been bringing them around with me and getting my energy all up in them.
Off. I'd like these.
nine,
Sim.
and burn.
Good.
I was like trying to break them in the other night a little bit.
Yeah.
Tunnels there.
Because I keep trying to shuffle them up, and the card I kept pulling was that Taurus, like the new moon one, remember? I was like, whoa, it's the new moon, and it's Taurus.
Yeah.
And that one keeps being the one that I keep like ending up with.
Yeah, it's weird. I'll have a deck like my crystal deck. I pulled the same card, like not like consistently one after the other, but over a period of time, like over a period of like 3 weeks or 2 weeks.
No.
I'd pull a card and it'd be the same card every time. You know, the deck's been shuffled, it's been put in the box, it's sitting on the shelf, you know, and I pull it off, shuffle, and pull the same card. I'm like, there's got to be a message here somewhere.
Yeah, they're
Trying to tell me something.
definitely.
60 cards in the deck, and I keep pulling the same exact one every time.
That's why I always like record even just my personal ones, like, you know, keep it in sequence. I go back. So it's like, wait, didn't I just get this one just a couple of weeks ago? And, yeah. There was like within a couple of months, I got the same 3 cards like within those like few months, like 3-4 times. It was just insane. And then there was like another person that I followed like their page, and they put their cards up, like manifestation for one. Like I kept getting manifestation like twice in a row. She had manifestation, and then another thing came up with manifestation. It's like, no way.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron mentioned the Palo Santo. I don't know if anybody's heard about Palo Santo, but it's like it's becoming like an endangered thing to get. Like supposedly there's only like 250. Yeah. There's only like 250 trees left of it.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. I was just reading an article in the news the other day about it. And my friend that runs a crystal shop here was like, yeah, once this is gone, it's gone.
No. My mom's friend's wedding just gave these out as party favors the other day. I was out of it.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so she gave my mom one and gave me one. But I've been out. That's good to know.
Heat settings. Open.
I have it with my little mini. I found that shell on the beach. I did not kill that baby abalone.
What?
I used to go abalone diving
Just
out here in the red triangle.
No one's hanging
That's sad about the trees. Now I'm feeling sad.
Yeah, I just looked up a little article on it. If the ads would stop popping up, I might be able to
Like,
read.
can they be like regrown? Can like we plant these trees or what?
Yeah, they take supposedly take quite a while to grow, though. It's yeah, it says the internet's been buzzing about the sustainability of Palo Santo, which promises clear energy and of space. Summer Rain Oaks, a Brooklyn-based environmental scientist and author of the forthcoming book "How to Make a Plant Love You," explains while Palo Santo isn't threatened or endangered like cheetahs, angel sharks, and grizzly bears, the massive commercial rush is a cause of concern to the communities living near the trees.
Oh,
But then it does say that the tree has recently been added to Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species.
yeah. You know, we can chill on it. You know, like the harvesting of it, but we definitely need to put it back.
Yeah.
That's pretty messed up.
Not.
Because think about how peaceful, like the people like who live by these forests are too. Probably, you know, they serve
Yeah.
its purpose. It's indigenous there for a reason. You know, the ecosystem. There's a reason for it, and then you're just taking it all away. That like makes me sad.
What?
Me too, Aaron. I lost my little mini one. I have a little copper cauldron bowl, but I can't burn it. I can just use it for like coin spells and water, stuff like that. But I need like a little cauldron.
No.
Fire.
Say fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some Palo Santo incense.
You do?
Yeah.
No.
What, Palo Santo incense you said? Or and incense?
Incense. Yeah, Palo Santo incense.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you know, it smells good. It's not quite the same, but
It works though for spell, you know, certain things like intent.
What? They will.
do the spirits have anything to tell us?
Then I got my big smudge stick.
What?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
got a few of those.
spirits gonna.
Always on hand.
Like Keith said, I got all 20 of them. He goes, I got smudge sticks.
Yeah, exactly.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, when he was telling the story about going to the store and buying like a whole backpack full of it.
The whole
Oh,
garbage bag
it's
full of
interesting.
sage.
Come on. Please.
Tom said, out, let's do it.
10, 14.
Yeah, I looked at one of those little mini
No.
Rider weight decks the other day. I was in Barnes and Noble and they had like a little tiny deck. It was like $9.99.
You wish I'll have enough.
Oh. So. Wait.
That's my other one that I haven't like started
Beetle.
using again.
Irish.
But it's smaller than like the normal size.
Oh, pentacle.
I swear, just
Pentacle.
fire and smudge.
And I heard pentacle.
Yep.
Corner.
Beetle.
Coronary. Don't need any of those,
Like a
Oh no.
especially since I got to go to the heart doctor.
Yes.
No.
It's from that vaping, man. That vaping will kill you.
The queen.
10. Yes. 4.
It was funny. I was doing a live stream that's been a year or two ago, and I forget what box we were running, but it got really weird. I think it was Perry and me doing it, and it got really weird to the point of where I pulled the Bible out.
Oh no!
Yeah, it started getting real weird. It started getting real dark, and Perry was like,
You're probably using like the.
yeah. I lit some sage, and it wasn't like not even 5 minutes after I lit the sage,
No.
I heard Darcy say,
Banana.
"What did you do now?" The whole house is smelling like sage. What did you stir up now?
Were you using like the rift or something?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe so. Yeah, it got weird. And there was a guy there. That's what it was. There was a guy that came in the chat room, was on YouTube, and he was talking about this demon that was following him or something. And yeah, the whole ghost box just turned real weird all of a sudden. There's a shadow behind me. Or behind Jamie. I've had him behind me. On video.
You told me that last year.
Window.
Yeah, it'd be weird if we keep hearing window and you look back there and somebody's like creeping on your window.
Whoa! I just started getting like some alerts, like account problems, stuff all of a sudden. So I just missed all of that. Someone was just trying to get into my account. There's a shadow behind me.
Yeah. And it's not moving when you move.
Is it that shadow on the wall? Or
Back in
are
the
you talking
corner.
about that?
I don't know. Maybe that's what she's saying.
This right here.
Yeah.
To the man.
To the man.
To the moon. I think those are reflections off of something.
You're irritating.
Yeah, I don't have a picture of that shadow, Lori, but I have it on video.
Ferocity.
And I didn't see it because I'm looking this way, and I wasn't like looking at myself in the camera. And we were talking, and somebody in the chat room said something about it, and Perry was like, "What the hell?" Everybody saw it. I was the last one to see it.
That was crazy. We slowed that down, changed the contrast and everything.
That was about the same time where you, me, and Jason, we had got done with a paranormal soup show, and all of our fire alarms went off the same night. Remember that?
Yep.
That was weird.
Mine was the house alarm.
Yeah. Jason's fire alarm went off. My fire alarm went off.
I forgot about that.
And remember, we were having the weird mimicking voices in all of our houses too.
I completely forgot about that.
I see a mirror.
Something could get about a mirror.
Mystery.
The mimicking is crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there was a thing that came out of, I don't know if it came out of the ghost box or if it was just like an EVP thing or what, but It sounded exactly like me. I thought it was me, but it wasn't. Weirdness.
Queen.
When was
Something like the queen.
You awaken. I don't.
Who awakened the queen?
Like a sudden breeze.
Where did Rob go?
I'm back.
this?
It's a
Robert, if you're still here, have you tried StreamYard yet or heard anything about it?
doing really well. Beyond.
It sure makes live streaming a whole lot easier nowadays. 38.
Of your
38 special?
Beautiful. What?
You must be talking about Jamie when they said beautiful.
Beautiful.
I said it again, see?
And you're
Said it again.
right.
You guys talking about Jamie?
Clear. Straight.
You usually call me creep or something like that.
Yeah.
Or worse.
rid of some of your. Get rid.
You see the
Oh, goodness.
cards that Ghost Hunt posted?
No, I haven't.
I don't know how to pronounce it. They asked, anyone have any experience using them?
Hmm.
I'm going to send you a picture of it. I'm not familiar with, unless I've heard the name, I just don't know how to spell it.
Yes. That.
Somebody saying my name? Somebody calling for me? I'm listening.
Hey. 10.
More. Yeah. Yeah.
Alex.
Say that. Smelling the layers now.
Somebody got indigestion. Oh, Lori's hearing sluts. Are there sluts in there?
There's lots of schlutch in Vegas.
Yep. That's for sure.
Smelling.
Definitely silly.
Very, very silly. Silly.
Yes, good one.
Who's silly?
Constantine.
What?
Who's got a message for Rose?
Trying to get a hang of this. Like,
I'm starting to get the hang of this. Is that what they said?
I keep
Watching.
that's too. I'm not gonna
Keep saying they're watching.
more time. No, I'm using
Relaxation.
What are you watching?
just because.
Are you watching us?
See.
Seeing.
And
As I speak.
Just say as I see.
yes. But not late. Just so you don't get
Windows.
We are asking.
Window again.
What do you see? Tell us what you see.
as I think you're undefined.
Problems.
So, since we asked last week and the week before, do any of the spirits have any new information on Tyler's friend, Richard?
Tap.
So I'm just gonna run and hate it. Facing.
Men's
But not enough.
Perfect.
animal.
Wow, that was clear. Can you tell us what your name is? Or names?
I know I moved away.
Rob, did they mention animal last time you asked about this guy?
But
I think so.
I wonder if an animal, like, has an animal drug him apart? Has
What-
an animal got into his body?
10.
You know, sometimes it'll like drag parts around.
Yeah.
7. And 2 is just say.
What can you tell us about Richard?
Now sit.
3. 14.
And relax.
3. 8. 20. Nature.
I was just about to type both of those.
As it
Initiate.
46. That's to leave.
346.
Cut.
It's like, what's with all the numbers all of a sudden?
Then it's a bit. It's, you can't do in life. He thinks you want to do 10.
Wait.
Main Street. So in heat setting. Hi.
Blue
No.
22.
Yeah. It's just like number.
It's like they want numbers, we'll give you numbers.
With a
3,
few words
4.
thrown in.
She,
Breast.
like I said, when
Breasts.
What do the numbers mean?
Roll.
just take
What?
and the
What are all the numbers for?
original.
Rachel?
Funny.
Are you guys just being funny? That's what I was like thinking in my head when he said that. I was gonna ask you guys just like messing with us being silly, and then he said funny.
Yeah. Is Richard on Main Street somewhere or off of Main Street somewhere?
Gosh.
Sorry. I'm touching the ends. Thank you.
I just went to a place today that was off of Main Street.
What?
Still name. Constant.
I went down Main Street today.
Beautiful. What?
So I can
This. Rock.
Saw your new.
these are things.
Black. What up? Next Saturday.
This Saturday?
Then,
What am I going to be doing this Saturday?
What do you think?
Great.
What do you think?
I know, but do you guys know?
nope.
Nope.
What? Do I? Roll.
Hopefully there's going to be a crowd where I'll be this Saturday.
Sloan.
What? Each?
He was just about right.
No.
Thank you.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome. You said that, right?
Yeah.
Hugo.
That almost just tripped me out.
Hugo?
Still name. Constant.
Hey, there's the creep.
After I leave.
Mm-hmm.
Noise.
Why do you guys call Rob a creep? Because he's a...
I'm a creep.
Gosh, these are.
I'm a weirdo.
you know Carmen when he's saying that. I'm a loser.
What do you think?
You eat all of them.
All right, we're going to let this run for another minute or so. So if you guys have any messages, now's the time.
Happen.
Get it?
One time when I vaped out, I think it was Lori's saw face. I always look to see if I can see like
Yeah.
matrix. But it keeps blowing to the side. Even though I don't have my fan on.
This is the Spiritus.
No.
Aaron. Just running it through my little mini portal thing.
Fire. I think I'm gonna get lightheaded doing that.
Yeah, I keep thinking about getting one of those Ultracom Picos. So I have a shelf out in my living room now that I have like my other portal and all my other ghost box stuff on. I haven't got a new ghost box in a while. And that one's kind of caught my interest.
Calling your name.
Yes, for some reason it is.
I think that would be a nice addition to the family.
And
Should
I like.
Rob get a Pico?
Is that what it said?
Nope.
Should I get a Pico?
So
Should I get a Poltercom Pico to talk to you guys?
not enough to
Will you talk to Rob on his Pico?
burn it up. It's so short.
Your needs are met.
My needs are.
met.
Yep.
I don't know if I would agree with that.
Nope.
The Pico's not enough. Should I get the full size Poltercom?
So I'm just gonna have a like
It's just
I can tell you my funds aren't good enough for that one.
Yep.
How much are the Picos?
They're $129, and you can use a coupon code and get them for I think $117.
the final.
Steve
Yeah,
has a
you need to
coupon
get one.
code. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's the price. The full size Poltercom's like, I think it's like $400.
a couple hundred. Yeah. 4?
Yeah,
Isn't that like laser 3D printed?
yeah, they're yeah, it's like a wood composite or whatever, and yeah, they're like
Oh, I thought it was like
deep
plastic.
yeah, it's wood, but it's made. It's like ground up wood that's made into like a composite.
Gee.
To the man.
To the man.
Who is the man? To the man. Who is the man?
A little bit.
Who's the man?
Yeah, that's you.
Is it the man, or the man in black, or the man?
Connect.
That's you.
Is it like the man, or the man, or the man,
Animal.
or the man?
Yeah.
What vision you? Hello.
Keep saying nurse too.
Interesting.
Confused.
Yeah, I like the random motorized scan, which is on the thing, which is cool.
Yeah.
10.
Do you have one of those, Aaron?
All right, we're gonna turn the spiritus off.
Oh,
Thank you, spirits.
Close your eyes a little bit. Oops. 5. You read up. Let's just say into it. 7.
Gonna turn it off in
I'm
5,
just gonna
4,
cool.
3, 2, 1.
Anything.
So,
That was kind of weird. They said 2 right when I said 2.
did it?
Yeah. Yeah, like exactly when I said 2. It was like 2. Yeah, I heard animal in there like several times. Yeah, I've got the Cultist Box app. But yeah, I've seen the regular ones. They're the real ones. They're pretty cool looking.
I haven't seen one of them. I want to know who this man is and the significance with the animals.
Yeah. All right, I got a little video that I threw together. Hopefully it plays. I was talking about the Coral Castle last week. This is just a little video that I was working on the Coral Castle, and we'll see if it'll play and if you guys hear it.
I hear it.
This is just a little bit about the mysterious Coral Castle. Who is Edward Leedskallen? He was born in Riga, Latvia on August 10th, 1887. When Ed was 26 years old, he became engaged to marry his one true love, Agnes Scoffs. Agnes was 10 years younger than Ed, and he affectionately referred to her as his Sweet 16. Ed was robbing the cradle. Lo and behold, Agnes canceled the wedding just one day before the ceremony. Heartbroken and deeply saddened by this tragic loss, Ed set out on a lifelong quest to create a monument to his lost love that has become one of the world's most remarkable accomplishments. Originally called Rockgate Park, but now known as Coral Castle. With no outside assistance or large machinery, Ed single-handedly built the Coral Castle, carving and sculpting over 1,100 tons of coral rock as a testimony to his lost love, Agnes. What makes Ed's work remarkable is the fact that he was just a little over 5 feet tall and weighed a little more than 100 pounds. In this part of Florida, the coral has some areas that can be up to 4,000 feet thick. Incredibly, he cut and moved huge coral blocks using only hand tools. He acquired some of his skills working in lumber camps and came from a family of stonesmasons in Latvia. He drew on his knowledge and strength to cut and move these blocks. A lot of people suspect that Ed knew secrets of how to move these heavy blocks, and he was very secretive of his work. Ed had lived in Canada, California, and Texas, but when he developed a touch of tuberculosis, he decided to move to a better climate to help his condition. Ed moved to Florida in 1918 and lived in the Florida city until 1936. Ed was a very private person, and when he heard about a planned subdivision being built near him, he decided to move to Homestead, and in 1936 bought 10 acres of land. Ed spent the next 3 years moving the Coral Castle structures he had already begun to build from Florida City to Homestead, a distance of 10 miles. How did Ed move all these carvings a distance of 10 miles? Ed had the chassis of an old Republic truck on which he laid 2 rails. He had a friend with a tractor move the loaded trailer from Florida City to Homestead. Ed lived a very simple life. He did not own a car. Instead, Ed would ride his bicycle 3 1/2 miles into town for food and supplies on a regular basis. Many people saw the coral carvings being moved along the Dixie Highway, but no one actually ever saw Ed loading or unloading the trailer. Ed did much of his work at night by lantern light to help protect his privacy. He built numerous lookouts along the castle walls. In 1940, after the carvings were in place, Ed finished erecting the walls. The coral walls weigh 125 pounds per cubic foot. Each section of a wall is 8 feet tall, 4 feet wide, 3 feet thick, and weighs more than 5.8 tons. When questioned about how he moved the blocks of coral, Ed would only reply that he understands the laws of weight and leverage well. The man with only 4th grade education even built an AC current generator, the remains of which are on display today. Because there are no records from witnesses to his methods, they continue to baffle engineers and scientists. And Ed's secrets of construction have often been compared to Stonehenge or the Great Pyramid. The only written records Ed left are 5 pamphlets that he wrote. A Book in Every Home, which contains Ed's thoughts on 3 subjects: Sweet 16, domestic and political views. He wrote 3 pamphlets on magnetic current, and his mineral, vegetable, and animal life contains his beliefs on life cycles. These pamphlets are available in the gift shop at Coral Castle. In December of 1951, Ed became ill. He put a sign on the door of his castle saying, "Going to the hospital." Took a bus to Jackson Memorial in Miami and died 3 days later in his sleep at the age of 64. After his death, a nephew living in Michigan, inherited the castle. In 1953, shortly before his death, the nephew sold the castle to a family from Illinois. During the switch in ownership, a box of Ed's personal effects was found containing a set of instructions that led to the discovery of 35 $100 bills, his life savings. He made a small living giving tours for 10, 25 cents from the sale of his pamphlets and from the sale of the land where U.S. Highway 1 passes the castle. Edward Lee Shanklin's life achievement, the Coral Castle, an undying testimony of his great love for Agnes Scuffs, took him from 1923 to 1951 to complete. The only other tribute that compared to the Coral Castle is the Taj Mahal, built over 20 years and by several thousand slaves as a monument to the king's wife. In Ed's case, he labored intensely for 28 years working on the astonishing masterpiece. Ed was a common man who touched the lives of all who met him in an uncommon way. Forever carved in stone, Coral Castle is a timeless beauty that defies Ed's undenying love for his Sweet 16 and will continue to astonish Coral Castle visitors. Now, Ed's methods of moving things were very secretive. A lot of people said he was reversing the magnetic polarity in the stones, making them lighter, levitating them, using sound, using this, using that. Like I say, there hasn't been much about Ed out there, but there is one video back in the 30s that shows Ed using basically a chain hoist, a pyramid made out of big logs. And in the video, you see him using a chain hoist and lifting a 15-ton stone by himself, pretty much with one hand. Just like his gate at the entrance of Coral Castle used to sit on a hinge. You could move it with one finger. Ed understood the laws of I wouldn't say magnetism, but the center of gravity of these big stones. And once you know the center of gravity, you can put it on a pinpoint and move it easy. So I think that's one of the mysteries of Coral Castle, is how Ed built this. Even though if he used tackle and block and chain hoists and understood the center of gravity and everything, this is one hell of an achievement for one small man to do by himself. So there you go. There you have it. A little bit on Coral Castle. Thanks for watching. Yeah, there's been all kinds of theories on how he did it, and he was like he would work real secretive, and I mean, you saw in the pictures, there's a lot of stone there, a lot of carving going on, big crescent moons, and I think the heaviest stone is like 30 tons or something like that, and you know people with modern day, well, like the gate that broke after so many years or whatever, supposedly when Ed built it, it took him, I don't know, a day or a couple of days or something to put it in place, and it sits basically on a pin and a bearing, and you can move this, I don't know how many tons it is, it's heavy as hell. You can move it with, like, a little kid can move it. And supposedly that bearing or the pin or something broke, and what took him a day or two to put in place, it took a modern crew of people and a crane and all kinds of other stuff over 2 weeks to attempt to fix it, and they didn't get it as good as what he had it. So for a small dude to do that all by himself, he was pretty much a genius. Not bad for a fourth grade education.
I think it's crazy when you look at like the crescent moons and everything. It makes me think of some of the designs and crop circles,
Yeah,
things like that. And I feel like, maybe he had some sort of assistance in having this done. Who is he talking to?
yeah,
Who's
yeah,
he using those radios with? And
yeah. Like if you look at this picture, there's this big crescent moon, and the picture doesn't do justice of the size of this thing. It's way bigger than it looks. But yeah, I mean, there's a moon. What does this look like? It kind of looks like Saturn. This is maybe another planet or something here. I don't know. I mean, that's definitely a round something with a ring around it. Looks like Saturn to me. So yeah, was he just like hanging out here in Homestead, Florida, working at night, looking up at the planets and the moon, and oh yeah, I think I'm going to carve this big crescent moon.
and is it like the Krishna groups, or like, how in the middle of like the woods and stuff, there'll be like these little temples and like big areas where they have like these tributes to things and just sculptures, and it's like all lined up almost like a crop circle that people did, and things like this, that when it's lined up it's meant to like point at certain things, aim at certain things.
Yeah,
This just kind of reminds me of that type of stuff. Like,
yeah,
who was giving him this assistance? Who was he doing this for?
yeah, exactly. And no, Aaron, I haven't actually physically been there yet, even though it is in my home state of Florida. So it's definitely one of the places I want to go to. I know Jennifer Malik was in here last week, and she's been there. Yeah, it's definitely a cool place that I want to visit. Yeah, you can kind of tell. Yeah, and there's these stone chairs like the one he's sitting in here. There's like stone chairs all over the place, and there's beds in there that are made of stone. But yeah, you can kind of see the crescent moon in the back, kind of get an idea how big it is. It's pretty good size. Yeah, live stream from Coral Castle. That would be like up there and like one of my favorite things to do for sure.
That'd be awesome. See, like him sitting out there, it also makes me think of like Sarah Winchester, her seance room, like him sitting out there, and
Yeah.
I don't know, I just get a vibe.
Yep. Yeah, and there's not many pictures of this guy and very little. I think there's only that one video that I showed right at the end. Well, it was a picture from the video. But I've seen the video, and it's supposedly the only one. The guy was real secretive about his work and what he was, how he was doing things and all. And maybe that was because he did kind of make a living, giving tours of this, and he wanted to keep it a secret. People want to know the unknown. Maybe he was a smart businessman in that aspect, that he wanted to keep it a secret because hell, that's going to bring more people there to check it out. Or maybe the aliens showed him how to do everything
And told him not to tell.
and told him not to tell. Exactly. Who knows? Yeah, it's definitely a cool place, though. But yeah, I mean, I have a hell of a time moving my couch, and this guy's
Even with the sliders.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, the last time I moved my couch, it about killed me. And this guy's a little over 5 feet and a little over 100 pounds, and he's like, oh yeah, 15-ton block, I can move it, no problem. So one of the stories that I read, when he was moving from Florida City to Homestead, it's only 10 miles away or something like that. Not that far, right? But yeah, when you're moving blocks of, coral limestone that weigh, 10, 15, 20 tons, there's a little more involved. But yeah, supposedly the story I read is his friend with the tractor or whatever, the truck that pulled it there. He said, what are you gonna, how are we gonna get these blocks on the trailer? And he was like, go eat lunch, come back. And supposedly the guy left and came back 30 minutes later, and Ed had them all loaded up, and he was the only one there.
I just can't believe, like, imagine the energy, like, being held in all that stone like that. I just want to, like, go up and just put my hands up on them stones.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a cool picture.
Oh, yeah. See that?
Yeah,
It's for something. That's a tribute to something. Even this right here in the front looks like a big half moon, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Or a wave or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And even the way that moon is like shaped almost looks like it's like, I don't know if that's just an illusion from the picture, but it almost looks like it's shaped a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got all this like stone lounge chairs and stuff all around here. It's like definitely got the little walkway up to it. I imagine he spent some nights out here just chilling, talking to the aliens. Who knows what went on at Ed's house back in the day.
That would be an awesome place to investigate and do a box session.
Yeah. I'm feeling tall tonight, and I'm usually feeling like I'm usually the short guy around here, but I'm like 5'7".
I was going to say, I'm feeling tall too, and I'm usually not. You're 5'7"?
Yeah. Just barely, but
So if I have heels on, then we would be basically, I'd probably be taller than you, or about the same height.
yep.
Stilettos, I'd definitely be taller.
Or he's 5 feet and 1/4 inch.
I used to say that and half, 5'4.5", but I think I shrunk down that half.
Yeah. It's weird. My family, like my aunt was like, I don't know, she was like 4'9" or something. And my mom's only, she's like 5 feet. And my grandparents, they weren't very tall. But then they have one of their sons, my uncle, he's like, I don't know, 6'4", something like that. It's like, where did that come from? And his kids, both of his kids are like, one of them, his son, is like, when he'd come over to my grandmother's house, he'd have to kind of duck to like walk through the door. He's like 6'10" or something.
That's crazy.
It's weird. Every time I see him now, I'm like, yep, I can still fit under your arm with plenty of room left over.
Like, does your face go like up to his armpit?
Yeah, barely.
So I could just walk up to be like, "Hey, bro, what's up?"
Yep, yep. The armpit right in the face.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ed was a genius for sure. So we got a little time left. Not much, but we could do some cards or something.
Who wants to pop the moon deck cherry here?
There you go.
I've got this set here of the Moonology Oracle cards that Rob had sent. They go by the phases.
I heard that guy was a creep.
You what?
I heard that Rob guy was a creep. That's what all the spirits say.
I know. They think Rob's a creep.
Hey,
But-
spirits know why.
They've got some
Yeah,
really
we-
pretty pictures on your.
We just took some band pictures, and my drummer Kevin, we were taking the pictures. We're all standing side by side. He was like, "No, man, let me stand in the back. I'm feeling really tall." He's like a foot taller than everybody else in the whole band. We're taking the pictures, and he's standing behind me, and he's like, "I feel like I'm towering over everyone."
It's like, because you are.
I'm like, "Yep, it's because you're the drummer. You're the one holding the sticks to smack everybody with."
All right. Does somebody want me to pull a moon card for them? Or I can just pull a general one for the night.
If nobody wants to go first, I'll go first. Rose wants one.
They're just now starting to finally shuffle good. All right, for Rose.
Meg would like in.
And I haven't read any of the descriptions of these yet. So we've got a new start is coming. Rose got the new moon. And we always know with new moon comes new starts, new beginnings, and new chapters. So you may have something, a new door opening for you. But let's see. I don't even know where to find these cards in the, okay, new moon cards. Moon areas. I don't know where the descriptions are. Oh, wait, here we go. There is a yes coming your way. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the deck. It's totally positive and suggests something new and exciting is developing. The situation you're asking about is blessed and you are on target to achieve your goals. The message from the universe is that you're starting all over again in some way, be that on a new or better course, or just feeling more positive about achieving your desired outcome. If you've been feeling stagnant, this card reminds you that life goes in cycles and you're moving into a new cycle now. This is the time to wipe the slate clean. If the situation you asked about has become toxic, either that will clear up now or something totally new and fresh is on its way. Attune to the moon. I'll see it when I believe it. Additional meanings for the card. New starts on its way. You'll soon start to feel more hopeful about getting what you want. Your belief that your dreams can manifest is working well. And forget about the past. And then there's a teaching. The new moon marks the start of the waxing cycle and the midpoint of the dark moon. It's a dark and veiled time when the moon is invisible and a time of rebirth. It's a time that witches do their work making wishes and laying down intentions for the new cycle. An intensely magical time when it's easier to pierce the veil to other worlds. So that's if we are actually in the new moon cycle. That's a really good card.
Yeah, it is.
So I think the other part, so that's just like if we happen to be in that phase of the moon, that's like additional side notes down there. I only read up to the instructions and then I didn't read like the actual cards. One for Meg. Meg has, you're very close to achieving your goal. I don't know how to pronounce it. Gibbous moon. So if you're working on something, you're very close to achieving it. Or I'm going to be able to do a couple of these because it's going to take me a minute to
What's
figure
up?
out how to find things.
Yep, there's a little weird music playing in the back. Sorry.
I need like little sticker bookmarks in here.
Yeah, Genevieve, I tried to look up Palo Santo seeds and stuff like that myself. I'm like, hey, maybe I'll plant my own. But yeah, they're like nowhere to be found.
Plus, I want to know what kind of environment they have to be in. So, this card means the word gibbous, meaning bulging, with a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at any time of the month suggests that the situation you're asking about is bulging with possibility and coming to a peak. But this isn't an ending card with a neat yes or no answer. Rather, you're being reminded that some adjustments may yet be required before you get what you want, though you're certainly on the right track, which is hopefully reassuring for you. However, there's also a sense that the situation is a bit tense, so don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow. It's not meant to scare you, it's just to let you know there's a fuse attached to the situation, so be careful if you choose to fight it. I can't hear myself talk, like when I have both headphones on for some reason.
Aha.
I feel like I'm like screaming.
I hear you okay.
And then I'll do one for you, Rob.
I think Aaron wants one too.
I'll do Aaron, and then I'll end with yours. Just having a time for that. Yeah, now they're starting to shuffle up nice. That's the ticket. A personal issue reaches resolution, and this would be a full moon in Cancer card. But if you've been having something going on in your personal life, you'll probably receive some resolution for it, or some resolution is coming for it. Okay, full moon card. Okay. Things are likely to get very heated as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests that both a domestic matter or private issue will soon come to a head, and that it's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is the time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. So I don't know if that has any relevance for you or not right now. I always like when personal issues have resolved. And then for Rob. Rob's energy was on this deck when it came. I opened the box and I could feel Rob's energy come all out of there.
She felt that creepy feeling.
It wasn't creepy. Rob.
That's kind of strange.
Right?
Yep.
I told you every time it's been that one, and then this whole time I didn't. And then the last one, even though it was relevant for me at the time, we talked about it. It's just funny that it came up for you.
Yep.
That's a silly sign. Anyhow, prosperity lies ahead, and that's good for you.
Cool.
New moon in Taurus. That's me. Yeah, I just think that's funny.
Yep.
It's like just see, because the universe is listening. Ha ha ha. Thank you. Thank you. Well played, universe.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Well played. Okay. Moon cards. Okay. This card will often come up when you're inquiring about financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. The card suggests you can have what you want, including material things, but you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the law of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you too. You can create abundance. There's that word. Taurus is associated with luxurious Venus, and this card holds the new moon energy. So now is a good time to make a 12-month financial plan. It's the end of the year. This card can also signal the start of a new relationship or of sexier times. It really says that. If you've been wrestling with
really
something for a long time, the new moon in sturdy Taurus is a sign not to give up just yet. So if you want to attune to the moon, Rob, you can get or give a massage. Healthy body, healthy mind. 333, mind, body, spirit. Additional meanings. You'll soon be able to afford the thing you're dreaming of. Could it be the Pico? Getting clear on what you value most will help you find peace. Take some time out to pamper yourself, like I always tell you. Start a standing order to a savings account, no matter how small.
Cool. It'll be small.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'll take all of the above.
That was a trip, and it has significance for stuff.
Yep.
That was cool.
Awesome. Finished right.
Let my moon cards roll.
Cards usually don't lie. Yeah, to some people, they're just, they're just cards. It's just random luck of the draw. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Pretty weird when random luck of the draw shows itself over and over and over again.
Not so randomly.
Not so randomly, exactly.
Oh, they're talking about seeds. Oh, they found some seeds? Oh, they're looking for seeds. I wonder where it grows best, like, what type of climate is best for it. But if you guys find stuff, send a message. Or a link, because I'm sure a bunch of people, if they knew about that, would want to maybe try to replenish that. I know I do. I don't like to hear things becoming gone, especially when it's something that, the powers that be gave to us.
Yeah, the thing I looked up here is an interesting fact for those of you that love our sacred wood essence, Palo Santo, smudge sticks, and essential oils. The aromatic tree commonly known as Palo Santo in the U.S. has a natural range that extends from the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico all the way to Ecuador in South America. That's an area greater than the ranges of Northern America's coast redwoods and giant sequoias combined.
Redwoods and sequoias combined, you said?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I wonder if, like, up north, in our redwoods, like Oregon, California border, like in the green, the emerald triangle up there,
Yeah.
Arcata, and all that. That would probably be a really good place for something like that. I was imagining the evergreen.
I was
You
looking
know
to
what
see
makes
like
them evergreen?
its growth rate, but I haven't found that yet. Well, cool. That about wraps up the show for the evening.
Yes, yes. I have to go back.
Thanks everybody for hanging out with us once again, and we'll be back next week. And like I said at the beginning of the show will be live on YouTube on my regular YouTube channel, Old City Vapors, and we're going to move it to the new Weird Wednesday show page on Facebook. So there'll still be links on my page and Jamie's page. We'll share it everywhere. But yeah, it'll be actually streamed live on the actual Weird Wednesday show page. And once again, thanks for everybody for hanging out with us. And we'll catch you next week. Same time, same channel. Different Facebook page. Bye-bye.